everyone, it's Nina. Thanks for joining me today for a new tutorial. And today I'm featuring the Simon Says Stamp August 2019 card kit, Party Like a Panda. And I'm going to show you 3 different ways that you can create with the products that are in the kit. And I've not added too many additional supplies because I wanted to show you that you can create a lot of beautiful cards using simply the kit contents. So mostly what I'll be using is the kit contents and a few extra tools and some embellishments, but otherwise all of these cards were created with the kit itself. So let's start off with this fun little panda card that I created using the flocking sheets to make a fuzzy panda. So in the kit you've got white and black flocking sheets. I'm taking some of the stick-it adhesive that's included in the kit and I'm going to attach it down to a piece of white cardstock. This is just because I want my flocking sheets to be on a piece of cardstock so it's a little bit thicker so that my panda is a thicker embellishment. You don't have to do this, but I really like the sturdiness that this gives. So once I adhere the stick-it adhesive to the white cardstock, I'm then going to go ahead and burnish my fingers all over that stick-it adhesive just to make sure I get it stuck down onto the cardstock really well. Then I will peel back the other side of the release paper to reveal the sticky adhesive that's left behind on the white cardstock. Then I will take that white cardstock piece that's now sticky and lay the sticky side onto the fuzzy side of the flocking sheets. I'm going to go ahead and trim this down as well and then just run that piece through my die cut machine without any dies just to get that flocking transferred really well onto the adhesive. And then I'll just peel back that paper and that reveals our fuzzy little flocking sheets. So I've done this in white and black and I'm going to go ahead and run this through my die cut machine with the picture book panda die that's included in the kit. Once I've cut him out, I'll start adhering the pieces of the black and white panda onto a sticky piece of white cardstock. This is just a little strip to help me adhere everything together because I do want to put this onto my card with foam tape. So I need something to attach everything to. But if you weren't going to use foam tape behind this bear, you could just stick those pieces that you've die cut right down onto your card. I'm fitting all those little negative pieces in there so I get this cute black and white panda. And then I'll start embellishing my card. So I've got a piece of the Doodlebug paper already on my A2 card. And I've already attached the panda down with some foam tape. I've colored some fun little embellishments, a balloon and a party hat, both from the Party Like a Panda stamp set. And I fussy cut those out and adhered them onto the card as well. Each of these I added a layer of the Spectrum Noir clear overlay glitter for a little sparkle. And then for the final bit of embellishing, there's a few sentiments from the Party Like a Panda stamp set and some fun little star confetti pieces. The fuzzy panda looks so cute, cut from that picture book panda die. And I just love the bold, happy colors behind him. Alright, next up, I'm going to do some watercoloring. So I brought in a stamp from the Party Like a Panda stamp set. This is the very disappointed looking bear because he forgot somebody's birthday. So I want to color him because I just think he is so cute. His fun little deflated balloon and crushed present just make me laugh. So I decided I wanted to color him in a no-line style with some watercolor. So I'm bringing in some of my favorite Prima and Daniel Smith watercolors and I'm just coloring in this fun little panda. Now you don't have to use no-line coloring for this. You could of course stamp this with some black ink and do some outline coloring, whatever you want to do. I just want to give him some fun colors so I can put them onto my card. And I am using the Doodlebug pattern papers that are in the kit as a guide for which colors I'm using because I do want him to coordinate with those pattern papers. When I did stamp this, I used some fog gray ink from Simon Says Stamp. It gives everything a nice warm color and it's really easy to see when you're doing the no-line coloring. Now I did add some shading underneath the panda with some black just to give everything a ground to sit on. I'm also using some of that black for the white areas and I'm fading that out quite a bit just to give him a little bit of shading. I'm not going really crazy with the shading. I didn't want to get overly involved with this particular image because I thought the fun and simple coloring would really look nice with this and it would match well with the theme of the papers. But a little bit of shading here and there does give him a little bit of dimension and helps him have more of a lifelike look. Now the fun part was the background. So I brought in a lot of these fun colors that I already used to color in different portions of the image of the panda. And I'm just using a fairly dry brush to spread on some color and really create a fun, colorful background on this birthday card. I also added some splatters to add just a little bit of texture to this. The splatters add some fun organic texture that really makes some cool interest for this background. Just let the colors blend and have some hard edges, have some soft. All of that combines together to create this really cool and unique background. So once my coloring was finished, I am going to go ahead and trim this down. This card isn't going to be perfectly square. It's going to be about 3 3/4 by 4 1/4. And that's because I wanted to have some extra paper peeking out underneath the top and the bottom of my scene. So this pattern paper is from the kit, and I'm just going to attach it down onto that card base. And then with some foam tape, I'll attach my scene. So for the scene, I'm going to have a little bit more of that paper peek out from the bottom than I am the top because I do want to add a sentiment along the bottom. So I'll pop this up onto the card base, and then I'll bring in my sentiment, which I will put in along the bottom portion of the card, a little bit of at a wonky angle. And you'll notice I embellished the background of this card with some fun little sequins. Alright, for the final card, I wanted to do something a little bit different. I want to create a see-through window that's going to see through to the inside of the card. So using a Simon Says Stamp circle die, I'm going to go ahead and cut the front of my card. And here you can see we got this fun window going into the inside. On the inside of the card, I'm going to put a piece of that fun doodlebug pattern paper to give a little bit of color and fun pattern on the inside. And I'll show you how we'll leave some space for a greeting later. Once I've attached the pattern paper down, I'm going to go ahead and work on a sentiment for the front of the card. I'm going to use these fun happy birthday greetings from the Party Like a Panda stamp set. I stamped them with embossing ink and then sprinkled on some white embossing powder for a great crisp greeting on top of this green cardstock. Next, I'm going to go ahead and pop this up onto the front of the card. I made this card slightly smaller than a regular A2 sized card. It's about 3 3/4 inches by 5. That's because I knew I wanted this speech bubble to hang off the side of the card and I wanted it to still fit into an A2 envelope. So the speech bubble is attached onto the front, and then I put a second speech bubble on the back side just to clean things up. Here's where I'm going to have my greeting for the inside. This is going to be where I'm going to write my handwritten note. So this speech bubble is a really pretty blue, and I'm going to layer this behind the other speech bubble at a slight offset, just so that way it gives a bit of a shadow for the front of the speech bubble. It's a great design element, plus it's a great place to write a sentiment later. I added the panda bear on the inside, popped up with some foam tape. That way he's peeking through to the front of the card. There's a few other fun greetings from that Party Like a Panda stamp set, and I added a few fun stars to the front. I kept the front very simple because the inside of the card is so busy and has so many fun balloons, I didn't want the front to distract from that. So by keeping the front clean and simple, we've got this really cool see-through window card that you can open up and find another speech bubble where the bear can be wishing somebody a very happy birthday. Now I wanted to show you one more thing before I go, and this was how I created the fun envelope liners for the envelopes that I have for each of my cards. I had leftover pattern papers from the kit, and I wanted to use these to create some fun little envelope liners. So using the envelope liner die from Simon Says Stamp, I cut that from one of the papers, trimmed the piece in half just because I like to be able to adhere these down one at a time. It makes it easier for me. And I'll just put adhesive on each of the pieces that nest inside of the envelope. So the square piece nests inside the envelope itself, and I'll just butt that up against the edge of the envelope where the flap and the envelope body meet. Once I have that nested in there, I'll go ahead and smush it down so that way it adheres well. And then the more trapezoid looking flap, I'll go ahead and add that down by butting it up also against that edge where the two parts of the envelope meet, and I'll sandwich that down too. And that gives me a really cool liner for my envelopes, which coordinate with the cards perfectly. And it's a very simple and easy way to decorate the envelope and make them a little bit more extra special. I hope that all of these cards have inspired you to create with this really awesome Party Like a Panda card kit from Simon Says Stamp. I had so much fun creating with this kit, and I can't wait to use more of the products that are included in the kit to create some more fun cards. If you need some birthday cards, this kit is going to be right up your alley. So be sure to check out the kit. I have links down in the video description below, and you can head on over to the blog to get more inspiration. Thanks for tuning in. I will be back again soon with more to share. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.